A new virus is spreading in China. Are Chinese authorities covering it up? And do you need to be worried? Welcome back to China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. This episode is sponsored by Surfshark, because you should be using a reliable VPN whenever you go online. There's a new virus spreading in China and around the world. It appears to cause pneumonia and, in some cases, death. The new virus is a coronavirus. It's in the same family of viruses as the common cold and SARS, the deadly virus Chinese authorities covered up back in 2003. It's called a coronavirus because it's like ads for Corona beer. They cover up how terrible it will make you feel. The first confirmed case of the new coronavirus appeared on December 31st in the Chinese city of Wuhan. Never heard of Wuhan? It's just another small central Chinese city of 11 million people. Many of the cases were connected to the Huanan seafood market, which also sold live poultry and exotic animal meats. Exotic animal meats apparently includes live ostrich, live civet cat, alligator tongue, and good old-fashioned dog meat. What could go wrong? So how widespread is the new virus? It's complicated. First, let's go to our trusted source, Chinese state-run media. On Wednesday, they reported that the number of confirmed cases was 543 in China. I expect those numbers to go up by the time you're watching this. There have also been several cases abroad, including one in the US. But fear not. According to my favorite Chinese state-run media, the Global Times, the virus is preventable and controllable, just like democracy in China. Chinese state-run media released this footage of doctors in protective gear. It's all very sanitary. There's even a doctor claiming patients have been cured.
Up until January 17th, there have been 19 patients who have been cured of this virus and left the hospital. This pneumonia caused by a new coronavirus in general can be cured.
So again, you have nothing to worry about, which is why authorities in Wuhan have imposed a semi-quarantine on people traveling in and out of the city. And at least 17 people have officially died of the coronavirus so far. That would make it less deadly than SARS for now. But you might want to worry about the official numbers. The 543 cases in China statistic comes from the same state-run media and government agencies that covered up SARS in the early 2000s. Meanwhile, in London, the MRC Center for Global Infectious Disease Analysis estimates that there are more than 1,700 cases, and that's just in the city of Wuhan. One expert told the BBC that for Wuhan to have exported cases to other countries would imply there would have to be many more cases than have been reported. Don't worry, he added that it's too early to be alarmist. I'll let you know when it's time to be alarmist. That'll probably be next week. That's because Chinese New Year begins this Saturday, January 25th. It's the peak of China's annual travel season and the world's largest human migration, where Chinese people will take an estimated 3 billion trips. That will include an estimated 7 million overseas trips. This is potentially a huge problem, especially now that Chinese authorities have confirmed that human-to-human transmission is happening. It's not just for people who visit exotic animal markets anymore. So the big question here is, have Chinese officials been covering up the spread of the coronavirus? Yes, the answer is yes. On January 16th, a little over 2 weeks after the first reported case in Wuhan, there were still only 41 confirmed cases of the virus in China, and they were only in Wuhan, nowhere else in China. That was according to Chinese authorities. But there were already 3 confirmed cases in Thailand and Japan. And again, that's part of the reason these scientists estimated the number of cases was much higher than reported. Meanwhile, as Chinese state-run media were pushing the official numbers, rumors about the virus started on Chinese social media and went viral. This WeChat text thread claims that all the information about the infection is being locked down. This one claims that hospitals won't even give you the test that would identify the virus. And this one says, I asked a doctor, it's true. 4 people were deceased just in his ward. Numerous medical staff were infected. Now again, these are just rumors. But people spread rumors like this when they don't trust the authorities or the media. And then rumors like this can cause panic. Then on Monday, Chinese state-run media reported that Chinese leader Xi Jinping said China will resolutely curb the outbreak of the virus. On the same day, the official number of confirmed cases of the coronavirus suddenly tripled. And the virus also suddenly spread from Wuhan to several Chinese provinces. And the official number has kept increasing. Not to mention, only after Xi's announcement did Chinese officials also confirm that there was human-to-human transmission. Funny how that happened, almost as if Xi Jinping had given permission to stop the cover-up that totally never happened in the first place. And this exposes a fundamental weakness of the Communist Party's rule in China. In a system so obsessed with top-down control and scapegoating, lower-level officials are incentivized to cover up things that could be politically bad for them. Things like the start of a possible pandemic in your city from a sketchy market that sells dogs and ostriches. How do they cover it up? The Guardian reported on one case where the relatives of a woman who died of pneumonia were told by doctors that she probably had the coronavirus. But she hadn't been screened for the virus before she died, and the hospital pressured the family to cremate her quickly. So she didn't officially count as one of the almost 300 confirmed cases. If you don't officially count the patients, they don't have the virus, right? Similar cases have been posted on Chinese social media, and then those posts got censored. But now that Xi Jinping has said that China must resolutely curb the outbreak, that could mean that the cover-up will stop. After all, Chinese authorities said on Tuesday that lower-ranking officials who covered up the spread of the virus would be nailed on the pillar of shame for eternity. Ouch. On the other hand, this might mean the cover-up will get worse, because now all those officials have to cover up the fact that they had previously covered up the spread of the virus. I mean, no one wants to be nailed on the pillar of shame for eternity. And again, people in China think that the government and media are lying to them, which causes more anger and panic. What do you think about the Wuhan coronavirus cover-up? Leave your comments below. And this episode has been sponsored by Surfshark. When you go online, everything you do is being tracked and logged by the websites you visit and your internet service provider, and in many cases, by the government. And if you're in an authoritarian country like China, this kind of tracking can put you at risk of surveillance and even arrest. That's why you should use a VPN like Surfshark to protect your identity. When you use Surfshark's clean web mode, you'll be protected from ads, trackers, and malware. Plus, with Surfshark, you can connect as many devices as you want. Try it out with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Plus, Surfshark has a special discount for China Uncensored fans. Go to surfshark.com/uncensored and use the code UNCENSORED to get 83% off a 2-year plan and 1 extra month free. Protect yourself online today. Click the link below. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.